hope you're doing good today. And in today's video, we're going to be sawing up some knotty pine. And I think we've said it before, but on really knotty wood like this, we don't like to saw it into anything but boards, because if we saw it into dimensional lumber and someone was to use it on their house or on their floor as supports, the knots could break off and they could fall through and someone could get hurt. And we don't want our products associated with shoddy structural materials that hurt people. So we pretty much just refuse to saw up this knotty stuff like treetops and stuff into anything but boards or something that's just for looks instead of for the actual function of it. So as you see there, when we first started off, we had a big limb sticking up there, and I went ahead and cut it off before we started sawing up the log, because the sawmill can only go down about 14 inches before it bottoms out, and that limb was probably a good 12 inches, so we were right on the edge of being able to cut it off, and if I'd have sawed down deep into the log, I wouldn't be able to get it. Also, I wanted to turn the log up so I had the worst part of the taper and the bow of this log turned to the top, so I can cut it off first. And I believe on this first cut I'm doing here, I didn't quite cut this one deep enough, so when I roll it back around, we'll have to cut it one more time to get all the rough bark material off and get it to clear up. But I did cut it deep enough this first cut that we're able to get it to go ahead and roll on over and get the other sides. So Dad's going to drag this slab off right here for me, and if you've ever done this, you know it's a lot easier than it looks. So the sawdust kind of acts like a lubricant in between the layers there, and it just slides right off way easier than it looks like it would. And you just pull the edge off and push down on it just a little, and it just falls right off on the forks, and it's really easy to do. Only thing you really have to watch out for on that job is when you take it off, if it's really heavy on that far end down there, when it hits the forks, it can pop up in your face, and if you ain't careful, it can hit you in the chin or hit you in the nose or knock your hat off, and I've seen all kinds of things happen. So you always got to watch out if you have like a big knot or the heavy sides on the far side from you for that to happen. Luckily this log, the big end's on the side towards us, so if anything, it's just going to fall down and land on your toe, which is way better than hitting you in the chin. This second cut here, I actually cut it just a little deeper than I should have, and it makes my dad really mad whenever I waste wood. You're going to see him here. He's getting pretty frustrated, and I think he throws his arms up. He gets really spirited whenever I waste any wood, so he's going to be mad for a little while, but he'll get over it. Unfortunately, it happens sometimes. You don't make every cut perfect, but we did get that piece off, and now I'm going to roll it on over. Another thing you want to be real careful of is that you keep these logs as square as possible, because when you get on rectangular, you cut too deep like I did, it can get really hard to roll that log, because our log turner only has one arm that comes up, and so you want it balanced from front to back, and as round as possible or as square as possible, so you don't have a tall side. So when I cut this off, you'll see it rolls over real easy on the short side, but when you try to turn it up on the long side, if it's got a lot of size to it, it gets really difficult. It just wants to sit there and spin on the log turner, and then you have to get out a PV and try to help it, and it's never a good situation whenever you have people working with big long handles and hydraulics working it together. Someone can get hurt. So we try to keep them as square as we can. Another thing is, if you'll notice, after we make the first two cuts, we have a right angle on the edge of the tree there, and we can let these clamps that are on this side all the way down, and by doing that, that's just one more thing you don't have to worry about running into, because when you have those clamps up, if you aren't paying attention, you can saw the top of them off with the sawmill, and it runs the blade and it tears up the clamp, and you have to end up going to get the welding machine a lot of times to fix it, and it's just not good. So anytime you can let them down, that's just one less thing you have to worry about, and one less stressor that's in your brain. The clamps on the other side are called the dogs, and the dogs not only move up and down like those, but they also move in and out. They clamp the log, and those you typically let down on your last cut, or on the after your third cut. You can let them all the way down and just clamp the very bottom of the log. This side of the sawmill has little fingers that are sticking up around the bed. It's kind of, you can't really see them from here, but that's what holds the log on this side, and then those dogs hold it on the other side. And you want to be real careful with it, because you can get sawdust under the dogs and not realize it, and they won't go all the way down. And then when you make your last cut, say down on 1 inch, you'll end up cutting the top of those off. And so you really have to be on your P's and Q's so you don't tear up the sawmill. It's always real exciting whenever we train someone new, because they never seen these things before, and they don't know to look out for. And you have so many other things on your mind, and you got so much math in your head trying to figure out, how to cut all these different cuts. And especially if we're doing like 2x6s and 2x4s at the same time, all the different measurements that go there. Like on 2x6s, you'll have, like, if you're doing store-bought size, you'll have 5.5 and 11. And on the 2x4s, you're going to have 3.5 and 7 and 10.5. And when you're trying to count all those numbers, and then your 1.5 on the other side when you roll the log over, or you can get confused. And between that and worrying about all the clamps and worrying about your speed, it's just a lot of things going on at once. So we want to be, anytime you get anything out of the way, it makes it easier on you. But here we are cutting that first side off. We got it cleared up now, and now all that's really left to do is just to go ahead and saw this tree up. And I went ahead and sped the video up through this part. You can watch it. We're just backing it up and dropping it 1 inch every time, and we'll go through and saw this entire tree up like that. Dad's going to haul these slabs off to the burn pile, and we try to keep those burned up as often as we can whenever it rains, so we don't end up starting any wildfires around here, which would be terrible. We have so much flammable material around the sawmill, as you can imagine, between the sawdust and the logs. So we want to be real careful with fires and try to keep the burn pile burned up so it doesn't get out of hand. And Dad's coming back here. He'll pick this whole stack of boards up and tote them off all at once, and move on to the next tree. And well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see. Till next time.